So, this is the intended ending. No, oh no!
Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did
Oh
you?
no! Hello, recruits. Counselor Grumsy here. Today I am back with the Stanley Parable, continuing You Choose Week. I decided I'd be nice to the narrator and do everything he said. So, anyway, let's go ahead and see what happens if I do everything he tells me to. Maybe I'll end the world. Maybe I'll find out what happened, or whatever. I don't know. We'll have to see if this ever loads. I'll come back. Okay, so here we go. I'm back. What happens if I close the door on me? Well, I'm gonna do that first.
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go anywhere except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer.
Seriously?
Here it comes.
Gigi. What? What?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Someone dropped their papers, and I can't claim them up. There's an input computer again. Anyway, let's do what she tells me to. Because why not?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay, that's what I'll do. Ooh.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
That's weird. Okay. I promised myself I would do what the narrator told me to.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
No, I just assumed I'd have to go up. Well, this works too. Oh, what's this? Is this it? Oh no, it's the bathroom. Huh. Who would lock the bathroom once someone's in there? No? Any input? No? No?
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him.
Oh, really?
And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number.
Oh, he can tell me it is.
2845.
Okay.
But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Oh, narrator, you're charming. No, not really. I like the narrator. I like him. I just do. Load. Load. Just load, please. Like, now. Just load. Just load. Come on.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Well then, let's continue.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
But... Why would I want to escape anyway? There's no real point. Button. I must press it. Those random numbers.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
It says the fake something. Dear fur... What? What? Words? Okay. Anyway, let's stop reading those newspapers. Camera.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Where's 40? Wait, is that 47? It looks like 47. Nothing changed. I heard a noise, but nothing changed. There we go. That's 47. Are these actually the same images repeated? I bet they are. Oh, no, that's 47, alright. Is that actually? No, yeah, no. That's not legit.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
It is actually pretty interesting.
He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable.
Never.
Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Ooh, so I'm assuming I should go this way. Okay, let's go. Let's do this. Wow, this game is so cool. So, this is the intended ending. No!
Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did
Oh
you?
no!
After they kept you enslaved all these years, you
No.
go and you try to take control
No.
of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted?
No.
Control? Oh, Stanley.
No.
I applaud your effort, I really do. But
No.
you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do.
No.
You were supposed to let it go.
No.
Turn the controls off and leave. If you want to throw my story off track,
No.
you're going to have to do much better than
No.
that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say 2 minutes.
No!
Now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it.
Okay, 3.
Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But
3.
what precious moments each
there
one
3
of them
button?
is. More
3.
time to talk about you, about me, where we're going.
I press 3.
What all this means. I barely
What?
know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though.
What do these
this
mean?
version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left.
What?
But I'm enjoying this so much.
No!
You know what? To hell with it. I'm clock, why not?
No,
These are
no.
precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees.
Who's on
Oh,
there?
dear me, what's the matter, Stanley?
No.
Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley?
No!
That this video game can be beaten?
No!
So,
I meant to press
do you
the
have
on
any
button.
idea what your purpose in
Why
this
did I
place
press the on button?
is? Stanley.
No!
You're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle.
No!
30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here. Just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life? Or will you let it go peacefully?
But I gotta try to press the on button.
Make it count. Or
No!
don't. It's all the same to me. All a part of
No!
the joke. And believe me,
No!
I will be laughing at every second
No!
of your inevitable life from the moment
No!
we fade in
No!
until the moment I say
No!
happily ever after.
No! I meant to press the off button. No! You know, okay, I can't wait. I'll come back to you guys once I get there. Ah.
Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Thank you. Okay, now let's press the off button, not the on button. There we go. Now let's see what happens. Oh, I see lines.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over?
Maybe?
Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine. Unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen.
This makes me. It fills me with
Stanley was happy.
Oh wow, that's an amazing ending. Like, it doesn't really blow my mind, but it's like so happy and peaceful, and like it just makes me feel like just warm inside. Well, anyway, I guess that's it, guys. If you enjoyed, make sure to smash, obliterate, whatever that subscribe button. I'll see you next time. Goodbye, recruits.